crafts. Sorry I haven't made a video in a long time. In October I got engaged and I've been going a little crazy with the wedding planning. So in addition to wedding planning, I did make a wedding album for myself and my fiance, but I put a pause on it for a while because we just started booking venues and a few things, so we got a little busy with that. And then I went to pick up our album to work on it again, and there was a huge watermark on the front of it, and I dried it. It was soaked when I picked it up. I dried it. It was so discolored. So instead of getting really mad and bursting into tears and having a little meltdown, I decided I was going to clear off my craft table and pull out this French Whites paper pack from Die Cuts with a View and start from scratch, which I did. And I made an album in a box. The box is underneath the cover of the paper pack, and all I have is the cover because I just have itty bitty slivers of scraps left, because any full sheets of paper I cut up and made photo mats. And so this album that I'm going to show you holds 205 photos if the mats are if there's a photo on each side of the mat. So okay, let's get started and I'll show you because I'm too excited about this. So this is the box. So I decorated it. There was a piece of paper in the album with lace coming down with what looked like pearls. So I put flat back pearls where the picture of the pearl was, and along the edge of the lace I used diamond stickles. And this H I did get from Michael's. I think I'm in camera here. Barely. Okay, let me just adjust here quickly. There, okay. So this H I got from Michael's. I think it's Recollections. The rest of the letters did come from a pack of stickers. I think I got it from Michael's. I don't know where the top went, or the packaging to it went, but it just has the gold and the cursive lettering. So I did finish spelling out my fiance's last name, Heartfelt, with our wedding date. So it is another year and a bit before we're married, but I couldn't help myself. I had to get started. So the lid of the box is 11¼ by 11¼ The base is 11 by 11, and it's 5 inches deep. So I'll show you this one side. Let me see if I can lift it up without throwing the lid off here. So this is the one side. All the sides are identical. So the bling on a roll and the ribbon with golden Rod Stickles. This pearl is a Forever in Time brad, actually, and I just took the brad things off the back of the brad and just glued it on. So every side is the exact same. So the inside of the lid, I just covered it in paper just to make it look a little more finished. And this is the inside of the box. So this is our album, and then I have a few other compartments here. So I'll put maybe a copy of our invitation with the tongue-tied RSVP cards, maybe like my garter and his bow tie and pocket square, and just a few other little things that I want to keep from the wedding, just some keepsakes. Maybe I can stack some cards in here. So I do have a ribbon around the album so I can lift it out easy, and this is heavy so I'm trying not to let that bow come undone. So that's what the inside of the box looks like. I didn't paper all of it because I want to use all the paper in the album instead of missing out on the photo mat. So 205 photos in this little album. So it's 7 inches by 8 inches, and there's a 4-inch spine. So again, just the 1/4 inch ribbon, the same one that I used on the box, with the bling on a roll. And on the album I used Bisque, the liquid pearls in Bisque. I ran out of it before I put the liquid pearls, or sorry, before I put the golden Rod Stickles in the Bling on a Roll on the box. So I did it on the album, and then I don't have enough. So I used the golden Rod Stickles. This piece here was a cut apart that I just cut the shape out, outlined it with the goldenrod stickles. Again, put stickles on where it says love. The same brads where I cut the brad tails off and just used glue to hold them in. I did use a different pearl on the album cover than I did on the box cover. I found these after I did the top of the box, and I like these better, but I didn't want to risk ruining the box lid, so I just left it. I put a little bow at the bottom. And the side of the album, again, I spelled out my fiance's last name. It took me forever to do this. I do not have the best handwriting or the neatest, so it took me, I want to say 45 minutes to sketch that out in pencil, and then another painstakingly long few minutes to put the stickles on it. So on the back of the album, I did a little die cut here. It is a Spellbinders Nestabilities. It's the Timeless Rectangle, and I just used the smallest one in the pack for that piece, and I just threaded my 1/8 inch ribbon through it, signed it, glued it on, and then I put Mod Podge gloss finish on the back, the spine, and the front of the album. Now this is what the opposite side of the album looks like. It's very chunky. If I had any thick gussets on a page, I did put the 1/8 inch ribbon on it. I thought it just made it look a little more finished and a little nicer. So let's get inside. So on the inside front cover, I did a flip book with 5x7, or large enough to put 5x7 photos. So there are four flips. I left the back blank. I did this with every flip that I did, just because I want to put a nice large photo on the back. I did do a pocket, and that die is from Heartfelt Creations. It is the Delicate Border Basics. It's the very top one here on the packaging. I did use the one that goes the opposite way down at the bottom. You can see it, this one, as well. And then in the Classic Border Basics, you'll see later on, I just used the straight edge of the curve for all of these pieces, and I used the little scallopy one that's above that on the cover. Let me see if I can get that a little closer. So it's the bottom one and the second to bottom one that I used. So on this side, oh, I did put a little pearl here to stop my ribbon from pulling at the paper. I had gone through this actually with my mom a couple days ago before it was fully finished, and I noticed the ribbon was pulling at the paper. So I didn't want that. I'm sure no one would. So I just put a little pearl to stop it, and it's remedied my problem. Oh, and on the gusset here, you can see with the weight of it, it's gone a little flat, but I did more of the Bling on a Roll with the Bisque inside there. So I have a double pocket on the opposite side. I have 3 4x6 photo mats and a 5x7 at the very top. And at the bottom I have 2 4x6. So I'll just take all of these out here so you can see. A little bit of ribbon at the very top and a bow at the bottom. Let me put these back in here, and then we'll move on to the next page. So the next page is 2 waterfalls going in opposite directions. So I'm not going to undo them. I did put a cut apart on each one of the first pages. I did not paper the following 7 waterfall pieces because it just would have been too bulky, and I just wanted to stick photos down on it. So each waterfall holds 16 photos. So that's 32 photos on these 2 pages alone. So this cut apart says count your blessings, and this one says so in love with you. That's the same one that I used on the cover. So on this page, I will take these out so you can see, but they're identical. So I try to make the left and right side identical, and it actually came together really quickly. So on each one I have 4 photo mats in a pocket. The photo mats are 4x6. So I'll undo both bows, then I'll scooch this over and open it, and then I'll scooch it the other way and open it the other side. So I did leave the very back plain. So on this side it says Mr. It is a little pocket, so I just glued it down at the bottom so I can fit some photo mats, and those are 4x6. And we open it again, a little tiny pocket here, enough for a cut apart, or 3x5, or I could cut down a 4x6 photo. So here I have a flip up and a flip down, and an 1/8 inch ribbon holding more photo mats, and I think there's 5, 2, 3, 4, yeah, there's 5 here. So again, I could put another photo at the very back, and that would be a 5x7 I could put down there. And there is a magnet here. I'm not going to tie these bows here. So on this side, the only difference is that it says Mrs. I'm sure you guys could were expecting that, but again, same number of photo mats. All the papers are identical. And I did put the ribbon on the gussets there. I did not do it on the inner gusset. There is an inner gusset on the page, but I didn't do it. These pages flip up. Oh, and I have the bling on a roll, and here I put the bling on a roll on ribbon, and I made a little belly band, but I did not put a photo mat in it because I'm going to put some of our wedding photos and then glue the belly band down so that it looks like the picture's coming out from behind it. And a big pearl, and a pocket, and this slips down, and another belly band with the ribbon. And I think I have 4, 5, 6, 7 photo mats behind the belly band and 1 in the pocket. And there is a magnet here, but on this side it doesn't always. Oh, now it's grabbing. It's gonna make a liar out of me. After I put the pearl in this one, it didn't grab. But now that I'm filming, it wants to grab. So on these 2 pages, I have envelope pockets, and they're a 1/4 inch gusseted pockets. So I have a 5x7 and 6 4x6 mats in here. Put that down, and I did run the ribbon all along. Oh, that one's lifting. I'll have to fix that. Along the edge of the flap, just to finish it off, and also to help hide the magnets that are in behind there. A pearl at the bottom, and bling on a roll with the bisque. And these pieces were cut aparts, and I just made a pocket and put another cut apart in behind it, just the 3x5. On this page, I did a 5x7 photo mat, and I made it a pocket, and I took the Mr. and Mrs. cut aparts and fussy cut them out, and added the goldenrod stickles. And actually on the Mr. and Mrs., I forgot, I did use my clear Wink of Stella, give it a little sparkle. And in the back, might be a little hard to see because of the color. I did make it a pocket, and my cut apart just slid in behind. Sorry if you can see my head. I'll have to get tweezers and fish that one out later. But the pocket is a little tight. I still need to go in behind with my bone folder, but that's just a 4x6 cut apart that I snuck in behind there. These back, and just a little journaling card, so we'll journal front and back. And on the back, this side is a cascading left and right flap. So, and this is a 3x5 cut apart, 2 of them actually, and there's a magnet in behind to hold it closed. So it just goes left, right, and there's 3 on each side. And again, like I said, I've just kept the very back plain. That way I can put another large photo. And all of these are 5x7s too. And on the very back, I did a 1/4 inch gusseted pocket with a little booklet and a single 5x7 photo mat. And the booklet is 5x7. And I just used a piece of the 1/8 inch ribbon in behind each one. So it's just a cascading. There's only 4, but you can just keep flipping and flipping and flipping. I thought it was kind of fun. Something a little different. I haven't actually done that before, so I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. And that's the very back cover. So I hope you guys enjoyed this peek at my wedding album. Let me know what you think. If you like it, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment if you wish. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you can see all my other crafty creations. I have had put a little sneak peeks up on my blog, and I'll put a link in the description to that as well. I've also shared a few other crafty things that I've already done for my wedding if anyone's interested at all. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.